unlike the expression language you just get inside Canvas apps, obviously you're just writing it. If we're going to represent this as a Canvas app in a human readable way, we need some way of taking a Canvas app and actually showing all of the properties of our buttons and things like that alongside these expressions. And what Microsoft have done is they've chosen YAML, which is it stands for yet another markup language, but a lot of people really don't like it because it's very it's a bit of a joke here. Actually, this is it's kind of a very indentated version of your source code. Now I'll kind of show you how this looks. So let's just dive over and crack open Visual Studio Code. And what I've got here is I've got the PowerApps solution package exe, which you have to build at the moment from the source code in GitHub. So I've already built it, and if you go to the GitHub repository, there's instructions like a build script and things like that. And I've also got actually got a app, which is this kind of very straightforward. You know, I've got 2 screens. I've got create tasks from template screens, so you can create different sets of templates, and then I can go and edit my individual app. So, you know, and create new ones. A very similar sort of scenario to building apps. So what I can use PowerApps SOPR. If I just do that, it gives me the different options. So I can unpack and I can pack and make. So this is the fundamental way to work. So if I do unpack, and what I'm going to do is I've actually extracted. So you can see here my tasks MS app. So this is the actual app that I've just saved directly out of PowerApp Studio. So I'm going to do my tasks MS app, and what we do there is very simply run this, and what it does is it extracts it, unpacks it into this kind of folder structure. So there's a lot of stuff in here like connections about you know, gives us the connections I have to CDS in this case, or Dataverse. So I've got it describes my tasks data set that I'm linked to, and the schema. So that's all very good, but the really exciting stuff is down here underneath the source area, because what the source does is it actually gives us each screen as a source code, as a human readable version of that screen, and it's a YAML file, and it also gives us a YAML file for the app as well. So this is the overall app, you know, like if you've got an app on start, event, those kind of things. So if we open up like the task screen, what you can see here is you can see a sort of a very declarative way of describing my app. So I've got, okay, my tasks as a screen, and then I've got the, you know, the fill color and things, you know, and then I've got a label, title 1, you know, next arrow, separator, all the kind of stuff, and then I've got a form on it and all the different things, the data cards, and you can see all the different properties. So, you know, if you're used to writing Canvas app, this should all look very, very familiar. And what you can see is that there are some expressions. So you can see here that there is a, you know, this is a PowerApps expression, but now this is effectively, this whole file is now just basically called PowerFX. So we've got these PowerFX style formulas embedded inside YAML, and what this means is that if I make a change to my app, then I can quickly see those diffs, and I'm going to show you how that works in an ALM sense. But what I can also do is, say for example, I wanted to make a change to something. So I don't know, let's take a button here. So if I wanted to make a change, so say to just a very simple one, to change the text, obviously I could make a change to any of these things, or indeed I could even start adding new buttons. But I'm just going to save that, and then I'm going to use the PowerApps SOPR to say pack. And what this asks for is the app that I want to pack into, and then the path to the source code. So I'm going to call this my tasks 2, and put it as MS app. And then it wants the location of the source code. So I'm going to copy the relative path to that, put it that. So when I run that, it will now pack them together. And so I've now got my tasks 2 there. So what I'm going to do is copy the path of that. I'm going to go into PowerApps here. And I'm going to go and open up PowerApps. Let's just edit this PowerApp here. And because I've made a change, I can easily just load up that MS App file into my my App Studio and carry on editing it. So at the basic level, the PowerApp SOPA unpacks to a set of source code, everything as source code, allows this a very human readable way of working. And then what I can do is then I can make a change, or indeed there's other options. I could say, for example, go and add in some functionality that's perhaps based on a data schema, sort of like code generation, something like that. So it opens up a whole ton of options. So I'm going to open up this my tasks 2. There we go. And this is, remember, this my task 2 is completely generated from the source code. There was no sort of other connection to Dataverse that it had, no connection to PowerApps, just simply had a whole load of files, and it packed it together. And you can see here that the label has changed in terms of the Save Task button. So that's really how it functions at the base level.